What if the Earth suddenly and completely stopped spinning? No warning, no gradual slowdown, just stillness. In less than a second, the oceans would surge, cities would collapse, and everything not nailed down would be launched at over 1,000 miles per hour. Brace yourself, because we're about to unlock each terrifying instant of this planet-wide catastrophe. Welcome to Science Unlocked, where we dive headfirst into the universe's most mind-bending what-ifs. Today, we're tackling one of the most extreme scenarios imaginable. What would happen if Earth's rotation, our planet's very heartbeat, snapped to a halt? Over the next several minutes, we'll explore why Earth spins and how that motion underpins day and night, weather, and even the shape of our planet. The cataclysmic forces unleashed the moment rotation ceases, from megatsunamis to hurricane-force winds. Whether such an event could ever occur naturally or remain pure science fiction. If you crave science that twists your reality, hit subscribe now. Let's spin off into the unknown. Chapter 1. How fast is Earth spinning right now? Every second of your life, you're hurtling through space on a gigantic, rotating sphere. At the equator, that rotation carries you eastward at roughly 1,670 kilometers per hour. That's more than 1,000 miles per hour. Yet you feel nothing. Why? Because the motion is uniform and everything on Earth, land, air, oceans, even the brittle crust beneath your feet, moves together as a cohesive system. To truly grasp this, imagine you're strapped into a seat on a smoothly accelerating roller coaster. Once it reaches a constant speed, you hardly notice the rush of air or the wind in your hair. It's only when the speed changes, when the brakes engage or the track loops, that your senses scream, "Something's different." The Earth's rotation is exactly like that endless, smooth ride. We only notice it when there's a change, which, thankfully, never happens under normal circumstances. But how do scientists actually measure that speed? Great question. They track the time it takes for distant stars to appear, to move overhead, and use laser-ranging experiments to monitor Earth-Moon distances. All the data points to a precise, unwavering spin rate, 24 hours per full rotation, give or take a few milliseconds. This 24-hour cycle does more than set our clocks. It dictates the very rhythm of life. Without it, we wouldn't have predictable sunrises and sunsets. Plants wouldn't know when to photosynthesize, animals wouldn't know when to hunt or sleep. The synchronization imposed by Earth's spin is the invisible metronome underlying billions of years of evolution. But there's more at play than just day and night. The Coriolis effect arises because different latitudes on Earth's surface spin at different linear speeds. Near the equator, the surface moves fastest, about 1,670 kilometers per hour, while closer to the poles, that linear speed approaches zero. As air or water travels north or south, it carries its original speed with it, causing it to curve relative to Earth's surface. This twist is what spawns trade winds that guided ancient sailors across oceans, jet streams that influence our weather and flight routes, cyclones and hurricanes, those churning tempests that can unleash unimaginable fury. Without the Coriolis effect, our weather patterns would collapse into a simple, stagnant system. No trade winds, no jet streams, no cyclones, just one giant sluggish mass of air. There's also the Equatorial Bulge, a direct consequence of rotation. Centrifugal force pushes mass outward at the equator, making Earth about 43 kilometers wider there than pole to pole. If you drilled a tunnel through the planet from pole to pole, you'd find the tunnel about 6,356 kilometers long at the poles, but 6,378 kilometers at the equator. That bulge isn't just trivia. It redistributes mass, influences ocean depth, and even affects satellite orbits. And then there's gravity itself. At the equator, the outward centrifugal force offsets about 0.3% of Earth's gravitational pull. That means you weigh slightly less at the equator than at the poles. A trivial difference for most, but measurable with precise instruments. This variation also influences how water pools in the oceans and how our atmosphere distributes pressure zones. For now, remember this. The rotational speed of 1,670 kilometers per hour is more than just a number. It's the foundation of our world's climate, its geography, and even the biology of life itself. Without it, Earth would be an alien place, one we're about to imagine in horrifying scientific detail. Chapter 2. What happens in the first seconds if Earth stops spinning? Imagine the instant our planet's spin grinds to a halt. In less than a fraction of a second, Everything not bolted to bedrock becomes a deadly projectile. The inertia of oceans, buildings, vehicles, even air itself, carries on at the original rotational speed, roughly 1,670 kilometers per hour, at the equator. What unfolds in those heart-pounding moments is pure, unbridled chaos. 1. The instantaneous launch. 0 to 0.5 seconds. As rotation ceases, the ground beneath your feet stops. But you don't. You, along with everything loose, continue moving eastward at over 1,000 miles per hour. Picture standing on a carousel that suddenly locks in place. You'd be hurled outward. Now amplify that by a factor of 1,000,000. You become a human bullet, sliding or flying until you collide with something immovable. Another person, a wall, a building. Vehicles, cars, trains, planes, slam sideways, their frames unable to withstand the lateral forces. Steel bends, glass shatters, and engines explode under stress. Structures, skyscrapers, houses, towers, experience stresses they were never designed for. Most modern buildings can handle wind loads, but not a sudden lateral acceleration of 10 G or more. Walls rip away, floors buckle, entire blocks pancake. Is there any safe place to be? Only miles beneath the surface, or in solid rock tunnels. Otherwise, you're on a bullet train with no brakes. 2. Mega tsunamis unleashed, 0.5 to 1 second. Simultaneously, the oceans, once bulging at the equator due to centrifugal force, snap back. That equatorial water hill collapses, sending gargantuan waves racing toward the poles. These aren't ordinary tsunamis, but mega tsunamis, waves hundreds of meters high. Coastal regions face an instantaneous wall of water, obliterating everything in its path. Cities like Mumbai, Rio de Janeiro, and Lagos would see entire urban zones swallowed within seconds. Inland, rivers surge backward, flooding floodplains and low-lying valleys. The combined velocity of water masses could exceed 500 miles per hour in open ocean channels before dissipating. The collapse of the Equatorial Bulge also shakes the seabed, triggering underwater landslides and underwater earthquakes, compounding the wave action. 3. Atmospheric cataclysm. 1 to 2 seconds. Air, the most deceptively benign substance, now turns into a weapon. The atmosphere, no longer dragged by Earth's rotation, punches forward. What you'd experience is akin to standing on a planet-wide hurricane that instantly jumps from Category 5 to an unimaginable force. Wind speeds skyrocket to over 1,000 miles per hour, obliterating any remaining structures and stripping foliage, soil, and topsoil from the ground. Flying debris becomes lethal projectiles, trees, boulders, cars, hurtling at speeds that could pulverize rock itself. The sudden wind shear tears continents apart at fault lines, splicing open mountain ranges and fracturing crustal plates. 4. Seismic shockwaves, 2 to 3 seconds. The abrupt deceleration sends shockwaves through Earth's interior. These seismic waves, both P waves, primary, compressional, and S waves, secondary, shear, radiate from every point on the surface where rotation stops. The energy release rivals multiple magnitude 10+ earthquakes occurring simultaneously across the globe. Continental plates jerk violently, shifting laterally by hundreds of meters in seconds. Fault lines widen. Volcanoes erupt as magma chambers shatter under sudden pressure changes. 5. Electromagnetic turbulence. 3 to 4 seconds. Earth's magnetic field is partially generated by the dynamo effect in its liquid outer core, driven in part by rotation and convection currents. When rotation stops, the magnetosphere destabilizes. Charged particles from the solar wind pour in unimpeded, triggering global electrical storms. Lightning, already powerful, supercharges, linking clouds and ground with bolts that could scorch landscapes end to end. Electrical grids, satellites, and all modern electronics fry in the resulting geomagnetic onslaught. Communications collapse within milliseconds. In these first 4 seconds, humanity faces near total extinction. The immediate lethality is absolute. Direct trauma from impacts and structural collapses kills an estimated 99.9% of the global population in moments. Thermal effects from atmospheric compression and lightning strikes ignite widespread fires, creating firestorms hotter than nuclear blasts. If today's episode blew your mind, smash that like button, share with your fellow science junkies, and subscribe for weekly deep dives into the unimaginable. Until next time, stay curious, and remember, the world is never as stable as it seems.